Hello friends, today I'm going to talk about Ethereum scaling solutions. So before we get started, as usual, just a little disclaimer, this is not a financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. So this is just for entertainment and education. So let's get started with that. So let's first see what's the problem. So the problem with Ethereum is that it is slow. So it has only 15 transactions per second capacity, and sometimes because of that, a lot of people are actually transacting all the time because it's a global network, and sometimes the fees can be very high. The fees can spike up in case of some big events like a big NFT mint or a big ICO happening. So the fees can spike up. So on the left, I'm showing you one screenshot from Etherscan where the fees are really very high. Um, and on the right, I'm showing you one screenshot of the Ethereum that I've spent from one of my wallets throughout its life on various transactions. So because I was playing from this wallet on DeFi, various dApps on Ethereum. So that's why I've spent this much Ethereum there. So, but why is Ethereum slow? So Ethereum is slow because uh, it wants to be decentralized. It wants to be secure. So we have this blockchain trilemma where if you want to increase scalability, you need to compromise on decentralization or security. If it's only a single blockchain, and or also called the layer one. So Ethereum is the layer one. I'll talk more about layer twos later in this video. So let's just keep moving and see what Ethereum is doing to scale up and still keep decentralized and secure. Ethereum is moving towards proof of stake. So it's at the moment it's a proof of work network, but it's moving to proof of stake. And the proof of stake journey actually started with the Beacon chain back in 2020. So Beacon chain started, and then but Ethereum still stayed on proof of work. But then now it's moving in September of 2022. It's actually moving to proof of stake. The merge is happening. So there are two chains running at the time. So one proof of work chain and one Beacon chain. So these chains will be merged. All of the transactions, all of the apps, contracts, balances will be moved over to proof of stake, and the proof of work chain will actually stop. And also going forward, we have sharding coming up. So sharding is actually splitting up the blockchain into multiple smaller pieces where separate computation can happen, separate smart contracts can execute on those shards, and then the result of these can be combined. So all of these, so there are other initiatives also. So all of them combined is going to deliver a massive improvement in the TPS from 15 to 100,000 transactions per second. For comparison, Visa is actually processing about 65,000 transactions per second. So the TPS will be more than that of Visa. Uh, so that's Ethereum 2. But Ethereum 2 is not the only solution for the scaling up of Ethereum. So there are other solutions. So Ethereum 2 will take time because it's even after the merge, it's not immediately going to be immediately going to have 100,000 transactions. But then there are, it has a complete roadmap where we have sharding, where we have other upgrades, and then only it will get to that number. But currently, there are a number of Ethereum layer 2 scaling solutions that are actually already increasing the throughput of Ethereum network. So basically, there are, so let's first talk about the rollups. So rollup is a technology where the computation happens on a layer 2, on a separate layer, and then the results or the state is actually rolled up periodically on the layer 1, which is Ethereum. So it gets rolled up every some period of time. So there are basically two types of rollups: the optimistic rollups and the zero knowledge rollups. So optimistic rollups, the difference here is that optimistic rollups actually work in a way where they are compatible with Ethereum. They are EVM compatible and all that. You can take any smart contract dApp and you can directly deploy on the layer 2 and it will work. Whereas with zero knowledge rollups, so it doesn't work like that. So you cannot just take any smart contract and just deploy it on layer 2. So, and also ZK rollup or zero knowledge rollup, so they provide a cryptographic proof and they don't provide the actual, so without actually providing the data, so they just provide the proof. So that is a zero knowledge proof, and that's the rollup. So whereas in optimism or optimistic rollups, so it's a kind of a challenge mechanism, so where the state is posted, but then anyone can challenge that state for 7 days or something like that, and then if that there is no challenge, then that gets accepted and merged into the layer 1 chain. So there are various networks that have implemented these technologies. So we have Optimism, we have um, Arbitrum, then we have ZK Sync, and also we have Loopring and Starkware. So Loopring is actually application specific chain blockchain. So it is an exchange implemented, and it's only that exchange on that blockchain. So there is nothing else running. So that's a way that zero knowledge blockchains are constructed. So so we have Starkware also. So we'll look at that in a moment. So let's just go forward. So in another words, so how these rollups are different. So if ZK rollup go in a bar and he's asked his ID, so he can just say that, okay, I'm over 18. I can prove it, but I don't need to show my ID. So that's the way zero knowledge works. So it's magic in a way. If you understand cryptography, you may be able to understand, but I'm not an expert on cryptography, so I cannot say how it exactly works, but that's what I understand. So optimistic rollup, on the other hand, says that if nobody can prove that I'm underage in 7 days, that means I'm over 18. So it's not giving its proof either, but it's a challenge mechanism. So if someone says, okay, you are not over 18, then that can be challenged, and all that can be disputed. So that's the way it is. So um, so L2Beat is a site which can show you the various layer 2 scaling solutions on Ethereum. So you can say here, so this at the top, the chart shows the total value logged in various layer 2s. So it's about more than $5 billion logged on Ethereum layer 2s. So Arbitrum one is at the top, which is about 50% of the market share it's taking. And then we have Optimism, which is about 30% of the market share. And then we have DYDX. And also you can see that it's what technology it's using. So both Arbitrum and Optimism are optimistic rollups. And then we have DYDX, which is using Starkware. So you can see this was used using StarkX. So it's again application specific blockchain it's using, and it's just an exchange. It also has a lot of total value logged or market share, so 9%. It's a ZK rollup. Then we have Loopring, again another exchange, which has 3% market share, and so on. You can see, so there are others. So there are other Plasma, Validium. I'll talk about them in a minute. So you can see all of these here. So that's L2Beat. You can use it when you want to look at the market share of various layer 2 scaling blockchains. Now talk about the other solutions. So we have side chains. So side chains are basically kind of independent. So with rollups, it's so rollups, because they are posting on a regular basis, they are posting on the main chain. They actually inherit Ethereum's security and Ethereum's consensus algorithm. So Whereas with side chains, they are like EVM compatible side chains. So smart contracts can work on these side chains, um, but they're kind of completely separate. They don't post their state back to the main chain. So that's the difference. And then we have other scaling solutions, for example, channels. So which are like, so you can open a payment channel or a state channel, so which is a two-way channel, and it can so there are, so it's again, you cannot deploy smart contracts with channels, so it's specific to payments and all that. So then you have Plasma, which is again, you cannot directly deploy smart contracts, and Validium. I'll not go into the details of these, but there are certain projects that are implementing, for example, Polygon and Gnosis Chain, which was previously called XDAI, so which is a side chain. And then we have Scale and Loom, other projects that are implementing, and there are various projects that implement, so you can go and check on L2Beat. So let's move on. So how do we use these layer twos? So important tool here is chainlist.org, which can allow you to add these networks to MetaMask. I'll show you in a minute. I've opened chainlist.org. So here you can see the various networks, and you can actually connect your MetaMask wallet to this. I just clicked on connect network, so connect wallet, and it has connected to MetaMask, and you can then look at the various networks. So for example, this Arbitrum one, you can see optimism and all that. So let me just click on add to MetaMask. So MetaMask will show you a pop-up that it's adding this new network. Network name is Arbitrum one. The URL is this, chain ID is this. So you need to approve it. So once you approve it, you can switch the network to Arbitrum, and then you can go here in MetaMask, and you can see that now the network is Arbitrum. You can click here and go back to Ethereum network. So I previously added Matic network there, so you can see that. So Polygon is there, then Arbitrum is there. So you can actually add others. So it has a list of all the networks. So I'll click add to MetaMask on Optimism also. So let's just approve this and switch network. So you can see now I have added Optimism also, and now it has 4 of these networks. So but the address across the network remains the same. So it's the same address, but it's on various networks. So so that is the first thing. And then once you are connected, so you can actually transfer funds from layer 1 to layer 2 using a bridge. I'm now on optimism.io, the optimistic Ethereum website. So here you see the option to bridge to Optimism. So you can click on there, and then you need to connect your wallet. I've already connected my wallet here, so you can transfer some Ethereum from here. For example, you can say 0.1 Ethereum and then click on deposit, and then you can deposit. It will show you the fees, so which is low at the moment because Ethereum gas fees is low at the moment. So you can do that, or otherwise you can go to another bridge. So there are other bridges. For example, there is a Hope bridge, which is a multi-chain bridge you can use. So I'll show you. So here I'm on the Hope.exchange Hope bridge. So I can click on use Hope, and I will need to connect my wallet. So use MetaMask, next, connect. And then it's a multi-chain wallet, so you can send, you need to select what token or coin you need to send, and then you need to select the network. So let's say from mainnet, which is either main network, or and I want to say transfer to Optimism. So let's transfer 0.01 Ethereum. So it's saying I'll get 0.01 to 0.029. Ethereum fee is 0, so let's try to send it. From mainnet Optimism, estimated received. So let's click on send, and there should be some small transaction fees. So it's saying estimated gas fee is $1.44. So let's just confirm that. So it will take 12 confirmations. So it took about 13 minutes and now my transaction is complete. So, and I can see the funds in my wallet on Optimism network. I can see 0.018 arrived. So now I want to transact on the layer 2. So I can go to Uniswap, for example. Uniswap supports Optimism network. So I can actually do a transaction. I can buy some other token. For example, Optimism has its own OP token, Optimism token. So I can just search for OP token and I can maybe buy some OP token here. So I first need to connect wallet, Metamask, connected. And so I'm now selling some Ethereum and buying OP tokens. So let's just click on swap and confirm swap. So now this transaction should cost a lot less. So you can see the gas fees is just 7 cents here. So because I'm using a layer 2 network, Optimism in this case, and transaction is successful. You can see it's very fast as well. So that's the way layer 2s work. So that's about it, guys. Thanks for watching. Uh, enjoy the meme, pause for a minute, and then thank you.